Have you ever stood in a room so silent you could hear the hum of your own doubt? That moment when the last echo of a synchronicity fades, the phone stubbornly refuses to light up, and the once vivid memory of your connection starts to feel like a story you told yourself, a beautiful, cruel fiction. What if that very silence, that heart-clenching uncertainty, isn't the end of your love story, but the moment the universe turns the page to a chapter so profound, you haven't even had the words for it yet? Let's be honest, when you first stumbled upon this connection, it felt like the universe itself became your personal cheerleader. It winked at you with repeating numbers, whispered secrets through songs on the radio, and orchestrated encounters that defied logic. It was a spectacular, divine fireworks show, and you were mesmerized. But now it feels like the grand finale has ended. The crowd has dispersed, and you're left alone in a dark, empty field, wondering if you just imagined the whole glorious display. That chill you feel isn't the night air. It's the frost of a question. Was any of it real? I need you to hear this, not just with your mind, but with the part of your soul that still dares to hope. You are not being abandoned. You are being promoted. The fireworks were an invitation, a dazzling trailer for the main event. The silence you are standing in now is not emptiness. It is sacred ground. This is the space where the universe has stopped telling you the story and has handed you the pen, trusting you to co-write it from a place of power, not panic. It's terrifying, I know. It feels less like a promotion and more like a demotion into obscurity. But what if this quiet is the most important part of the score? Not a mistake, but a deliberate, breathtaking pause in the symphony the divine is conducting. A pause that makes the next movement of your union so powerful, it will rewrite the very definition of love you carry in your bones. The music hasn't stopped, beautiful soul. It's simply waiting for you to find your rhythm. You know the feeling, don't you? That cold, slick whisper in the quiet hours of the night. It slinks in after a day of radio silence, or when you see another couple laughing effortlessly together. It hisses. Maybe it was all in your head. Maybe you're a fool. Maybe the magic was just a mistake, and this pain is the only real thing. We've been taught to treat this voice like an enemy, to smother it with positive affirmations, to shout it down with forced gratitude. We fight a civil war inside our own hearts, and frankly, it's exhausting. What if I told you that in this sacred, maddening twin flame journey, you're fighting the wrong battle? What if that very doubt, that gut-wrenching, terrifying fear, is not the antithesis of your faith, but it's raw, unformed material? Let me explain. Think of a master blacksmith. He doesn't look at a lump of cold, rough iron and despair at its ugliness. He sees the potential for a blade of unparalleled strength and beauty. Your doubt, your fear, your gut-churning uncertainty, this is your soul's iron. The separation, the confusion, the seeming chaos, this is the forge. And the heat? Oh, the heat's unbearable at times. It's the fire of not knowing, the fire of longing, the fire of your own deepest, most ancient wounds, rising to the surface, screaming for attention. This is the alchemy they never talk about. You see, a love that is only felt in the sunshine is a beautiful thing, but it's a fair weather love. The universe is trying to forge in you a love that can withstand anything, a love for all seasons, a love that is not a feeling, but a state of being. And to achieve that, you must be stripped down. You must be brought to the absolute end of your rope, where your mind's clever plans and your ego's conditions turn to ash. This is where the magic happens. In that void, when you can no longer feel your twin's energy, when the synchronicities seem to have packed their bags and left, you are presented with a choice. It's the ultimate multiple choice question, and the fate of your union rests on it. Do you A, cling desperately to the memory of a feeling? B, obsessively try to decode their social media for signs? C, collapse inward and finally turn to the only permanent thing in this entire equation, the source of the connection itself? If you chose C, you've passed the test. You see, the universe isn't just testing your patience, it's forcing you to upgrade your entire operating system from one of need to one of wholeness. You are being compelled to build a direct line to the divine, to trust not because you have evidence, but because you are evidence of a love so grand it defies logic. You stop trusting the reflection of the sun in your twin's eyes and start trusting the sun itself. And here's the beautiful, ironic secret. The trust you build in this absolute darkness, with only your own raw, trembling soul for company, is the very same currency your union will run on. You're not just waiting for your twin flame. You are, in this very moment, building the foundation upon which your eternal home together will stand. Every tear mixes the mortar. Every surrendered fear is laying a brick. You think you're falling apart? You're under construction. And let's be honest, construction sites are messy, noisy, and downright ugly. But nobody looks at a half-built cathedral and calls it a failure. They see it for what it is, a masterpiece in progress. So the next time that whisper of doubt slithers in, I want you to try something radical. Don't fight it. Don't even argue with it. Acknowledge it. Say, "Ah, there you are. The raw iron. Welcome to the forge." Thank it for showing you where you still have the capacity to build a deeper, more unshakable faith. Then hand it over to the divine blacksmith. Your job isn't to be the metal and the hammer. Your job is to be the willing, breathing material, trusting the hands of the universe to shape you. You are not being abandoned. You are being prepared for a love so profound that it requires you to become a completely new person to be able to hold it. And if you think this process of inner alchemy is profound, wait until you discover why the universe sometimes makes you feel like you've forgotten the entire map to your destiny. But that's a mystery for another moment. Let's talk about the silence. Not the peaceful, meditative kind. I mean the other kind. The kind that screams. The kind that descends after months, or even years, of divine synchronicities, electric dreams, and a sense of knowing so profound it felt like you were reading from a sacred script written just for the two of you. And then the curtain falls, the signs dry up, the internal GPS that was guiding you so clearly suddenly flashes, no signal. You try to remember the feeling of certainty, but it's like trying to hold on to a dream after you've opened your eyes. The harder you clutch, the faster it dissolves. you're left with a terrifying question. Did I imagine it all? What if this terrifying silence, this feeling of being spiritually ghosted by the universe itself, is the most profound part of the plan? I call it the veil of amnesia. And it's not a mistake, it's a master stroke. Think of it like this. In the beginning, the universe was like an overeager matchmaker, waving giant, flashing signs. This is him. This is her. Look, a repeating number. Listen, this song on the radio. Feel this undeniable pull. It was giving you training wheels. It was feeding you miracle after miracle, because your faith was a newborn, fragile thing that needed constant nourishment to survive. But you can't ride with training wheels forever. At some point, they have to come off. The veil of amnesia is that moment. The universe has taken the script away. It has quieted the external orchestra of signs because it needs to hear your voice. It needs to see what you will do when the fireworks are over and all you're left with is the dark, quiet field. Will you stand there, desperately scanning the sky for the next explosion? Or will you, finally, notice the profound beauty of the starlight that was always there? This is where the journey shifts, from the mystical to the practical, from the fantastical to the deeply, sacredly human. You are being weaned off the spectacle of the connection and being initiated into its substance. Before the veil fell, your healing was often transactional. Let's be honest. You'd think, I'll work on my self-worth so that he will return. I'll clear my heart chakra so that she will feel me. Your personal growth was a strategy, a means to an end. It was still, in a subtle way, about them. The veil obliterates that. It creates a vacuum so pure that any action you take can no longer be for them. It has to be for you. You start going to therapy not to become someone worthy of a reunion, but to become someone who is simply whole, regardless of the outcome. You pursue a passion not because you think it will make you more attractive to your twin, but because it sets your own soul on fire. You learn to sit with your own company, not as a punishment, but as a pleasure. You are no longer performing healing. You are becoming healed. And here's the cosmic joke. The universe's beautiful, ironic secret. This authentic, intrinsic, non-negotiable wholeness you are building in the dark, without an audience, without a guarantee, is the same frequency your twin flame is being guided to embody on their side of the veil. You are both being made sovereign. You are both being made complete. The universe isn't just bringing two halves together. It's aligning two complete, self-sustaining suns to create a galaxy. The reunion, when it occurs, will not be two desperate souls clutching each other to feel complete. It will be two whole, radiant beings choosing each other from a place of overflowing abundance. The love won't be a life raft, it will be a celebration. And that kind of love, it doesn't just last, it eternally evolves. So the next time you feel that fog roll in, that sense of having lost the map, I want you to try something. Instead of panicking, take a deep, deliberate breath, smile a little, even if it feels forced, and say to yourself, the training wheels are off. The real journey begins now. Your faith is no longer being tested by miracles. It's being forged in the magnificent, ordinary, and utterly profound act of building a life you love, all by yourself. And if you think this process of sovereign becoming is powerful, just wait until you discover how the universe uses this very autonomy to orchestrate a reunion so perfect it will make every moment of silence feel like a sacred prayer. But that is a story for when you're ready to truly embrace the masterpiece of your own life. So here you are, standing in the quiet, and perhaps you came here looking for a map, a set of instructions, a guaranteed timeline, a whisper that says, "Do this, and he will call. Believe this, and she will return." I think deep down, you know it doesn't work that way. Not with this. This connection was never meant to be solved like an equation. It was designed to be lived like a symphony. And what is a symphony? It is not one continuous soaring note of bliss. That would be a drone, a monotone. It would put you to sleep. No, a true symphony has movements. It has moments of breathtaking, quiet tenderness where a single flute carries the entire melody of your heart. It has crescendos of such powerful, chaotic percussion that you feel the vibration in your bones. That's the chase, the runner, the turmoil. And it has rests. Those marked pauses in the sheet music are where the entire orchestra falls silent. The conductor's hands are still. The audience holds its breath. You have been misinterpreting the rests. You've been hearing them as emptiness, as failure, as a mistake in the composition. You've been straining your ears, desperate for the next note, convinced the orchestra has abandoned the stage. What if I told you that the rest is not an absence of music, but a part of the music itself? It is the space that gives the previous note its meaning and the next note its power. It is the pregnant pause that makes the resolution so utterly, overwhelmingly sweet that it can bring you to tears. This entire journey, the doubt, the silence, the feeling of being lost, is not the orchestra breaking down. It is the orchestra, under the baton of a divine conductor, masterfully playing the entire score. The score of your becoming. The love you are being prepared for is not a tidy, predictable little melody. It is a grand, complex, and breathtakingly beautiful masterpiece that requires every single part of the composition, especially the rests, the dissonant chords, and the sudden key changes, to achieve its full, soul-stirring impact. You are not waiting for the music to start again. You are in the music. This very second, the anxiety you feel is a cello's low, resonant hum. The hope that flickers is a violin's high, clear promise. The act of you getting out of bed today and choosing to believe in the invisible was a subtle, crucial shift in rhythm. The universe isn't writing a fairy tale for you. Those are for children, and you, my dear, are no child. You are a co-composer of a divine epic. You are being entrusted with the profound responsibility of writing your own part, the part of a sovereign, whole, and radiant soul. And when you play that part with everything you have, without looking at the other musicians' stand, you will suddenly find that the two melodies you've been separately composing are, and always have been, the most perfect, harmonious counterpoint. The invisible plan was never just about bringing you together. It was about making the together so magnificent, so unshakable, and so deeply true that it becomes a living testament to what love can actually be. So let the silence be. It is not your enemy. It is the sacred space where your next note is being prepared. And trust me, when it comes, you will understand why every single moment of waiting was absolutely, undeniably worth it. And the most beautiful part? You're already learning the tune. Listen closely. Can you hear it? It's the rhythm of your own heart, beating in time with something ancient, something eternal, something that has never, for a single moment, lost its way.